Alright, let's go, I guess. Hi, my name is Kevin. I'm a software engineer, but I'm also very much into game development and video games in general. I've been following Interstellar Marine since 2006, 2007, something like that. Super early on when their website was first launching, because I've realized it was Danish and I was very interested. Since then, I've not helped out with development of the game specifically, but I did get access to some of the source code for some of the games, and I've been in touch with Kim, the game director, for like multiple years. I met him a couple of times in person, and recently I got access to the 2008 publisher demo built on Unreal Engine 3. They were never supposed to release this because they didn't have the rights from Epic Games, but you know, it's been shown off on multiple occasions already. People have been able to see it in person. It's been streamed a few times by the devs themselves. I figured what's the harm. So yeah, I'm just gonna show some gameplay from this. Really, it's a very bare bones setup, but it is a cool demo to see. So a few things just as a heads up. The game was not meant to run at more than 720p, hence why the main menu here, everything looks a bit stretched. I've increased the resolution to 1080p, just for my sake. I could go higher, but again, the menu would just look even more stretched. Gameplay itself is fine. Another change I've made is that the frame rate was pretty much capped at 30 FPS before. I've doubled that to 60, just for a nicer experience. And if you've seen some of the early gameplay, you will realize that this is actually quite a big difference. So, to begin with, let's look at the main menu here. There's like 5 buttons here. So, single/co-op game is the thing you actually want to play when you're doing this deathmatch. I guess it's fun if you have friends. I don't. I'm just by myself here, so I don't care about this. I haven't tried this with anyone. I don't know how well that works. I don't even know if the game mode works itself. I haven't tested it. Join game, again, is to join a co-op session. Calibrate monitor is just, they show you this image and then you can calibrate your monitor until it looks right. There's no like feedback like you see in normal games, like adjust until you can barely see this thing or something like that. There's none of that. Here you just have to guesstimate. And that's pretty much it for the main menu. So let's just jump into the game, I guess, and we can talk a bit more there. So let's hit single/co-op game. It will load in, and we'll get this screen. So this is the lobby. Fun fact: it's actually rendering quite a lot of the level already right now. We're just like hidden in a box outside of the map area, a dark box, basically seeing this text. But yeah, so this is basically a lobby system. You should sit in here and wait until everyone has joined, as the screen says. But it could be nicer. But again, this is a 2007, 2008 demo, and they had limited resources to build this. So and it's not the main focus. Like, it's fine. It works. It does the job. There's no option for anyone to ready up though, so you could start without anyone haven't really joined, which is a bit weird, but hey, whatever. Alright, so we have to hit F5 in order for the game to start, so let's just do that. So you'll get this introduction, like little storyline. We don't actually care. You can see some other videos if you want to watch this or listen to it, but yeah. So here we are in the game. Right off the bat, you notice something. The character is not completely straight. If you look down the hallway here, he's kind of skewed a little bit. There we go. It's a little issue with the character control. I'm not sure why that happens, but it happens quite frequently. It's a bit weird, but whatever. Anyway, here we are in the game at 60 FPS, 1080p. That's not something I believe has been shown off before, but here we are. So yeah, it's the demo. Let's just do a run through. I'm not gonna talk too much about specifics during that, but yeah, let's just have a look. So we have some rain here, or like water. Doesn't really matter. So I've played this a couple of times already. I know what the goal is. Again, you can actually run through this in less than, I think, 3 minutes if you know where you're going and what you're doing. but let's just have a bit of a look around here. So it's the second level here. That's it. Which is pretty much the same as above, except you know, it's below. Crazy, right? Alright, let's just go upstairs again because we don't need to be in the maintenance axis. All of that was shown off in the early preview, which got shown off on YouTube several times. Oh, there's a shark. Get rid of you.
Our movement readings have just increased. Check your 6, guys.
Yeah, so that speech about the movement is something that's triggered when you enter this area. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're in this nice area here. We can go down here. Well, that's the way we're supposed to go. Can look out into the tank here from below. You can also enter from above, but we need to go downstairs, so... Oh, there's another one. One up there as well. That's fine. We need to go this way. So we need to go in here to trigger the second part of the mission. Oh. I didn't get that. Let's just wait for him to come down. There we go. So we go in here, trigger.
Listen up. 2 seconds. We just pulled this entry from the audio logs.
Today we saw a specimen attack and stop at nothing.
Rendezvous with the southern docking bay.
Apparently the
ETA is
scent
2
of blood
minutes.
puts them in
Go
a
to the
state of
basement
frenzy.
entrance.
Alright.
Similar to
Gotta look into the site problem, Allie.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we got two voice lines overlapping each other here. That's not supposed to happen. One of them is supposed to trigger earlier, I believe, or maybe it's on a timer.
Retinal development. But otherwise, I think
Sounds like they can't detect anything standing still.
But yeah. So, okay, going in there. Oh. Yeah, going in there triggered the second part of the quest. So now we need to rendezvous at a different point. You didn't get to hear that because they were talking over each other, but it's this way. If you're wondering why I jumped up on the rail before, it's simply because the sharks, they have a very hard time of actually attacking you while you're on the rail. It's a bit of a hack, honestly. But for the sake of, you know, just going through the mission. So here's the final step, is just going to this door. That's to the docking bay, as it says on the ground. And from here, it's supposed to trigger the second step of the demo, but that hasn't been built, so there's actually no second step. It's just, that's it.
Just landed. And the Titan Walker is being prepared. Might come in handy as we sweep the breeding grounds. Now let's find that mainframe.
And that's the demo. It's very straightforward. It's very quick. You can run through this entire thing. I've done that multiple times, and most of the times, honestly, you can get lucky and not even encounter a shark. But where's the fun in that? So it gives you a little Easter egg here. If you press F12, you get into Gauntlet mode. Gauntlet mode is just a wave-based thing where it'll spawn a set amount of sharks, I believe, and then you have to kill all of them in order to progress onto the next step of the Gauntlet mode. It's not been developed as well as it should be, so that you can actually, I believe, activate it multiple times. Or at least it tells you that you should wait until you've killed everything before you start the next one. I haven't gone too much into details about that, but yeah. So it tells you to hit escape. You get to this menu where you can either resume or go to the main menu. There's a settings button. It doesn't do anything. Fun little fact. So let's just go to the main menu so we can start the game again. So you get this intro cutscene with the old logo. It's not so much a logo as it is just text, but and again, fun fact, these two slides you're still actually loading the game, as you can see in the background here. It's just being viewed from 2 boxes outside the level, but it's needed to render this, which is kind of a neat background. So let's just start the single co-op game again and play some more. Let's skip that. Okay,
Proceed through maintenance and
let's just
locate
finish
that control room.
him
If
talking.
they're still alive, let's get them out of there. We got time. The docking bay is still under AI control anyway.
Alright, so actually I'm gonna walk away from this because the water coming here is gonna be a bit loud and annoying. Let me just... It's gonna be in this area too, so let's just go into the main operating room, or I forgot what this room is called. They each have names, but
Movement readings have just increased. Check your 6,
I can
guys.
just stand here in this corner. Okay, so it has this system here. If you're wearing the helmet, of course. If you're not wearing the helmet, you can't activate it because the HUD elements are rendered on the helmet, which is kind of cool. So if I try to open that sub menu, oh, there's a shark. It won't notice me if I'm standing still. But if I hit the button to activate that sub menu, he's gonna put on the helmet first
We just pulled this entry from the audio logs.
because that's required.
Attack and stop at nothing.
So what we have options for here is setting the rate of fire. So full auto, burst fire, or single fire. It's pretty cool. Tracers, it's just bullet tracers. It doesn't do that much of a difference in my experience. Let me just put this on just to not trigger anything. You can see the bullets. If I toggle this, I believe you still can, if I remember correctly. Ah, no you can't. Okay, so it does do a difference. Nice. That's a shark, come on. And I died, okay. So if you notice there, actually, you lose health slowly. When attacked by a shark, you also start off without your previous setup, which is, you know, whatever. You don't lose all your health as soon as you're attacked by a shark. That is in order for your teammates to be able to kill the shark and like, resurrect you, basically. I hear you. You're still down there, it's fine. Got it. Yeah, so you don't lose all your health as soon as the shark attacks you. That's in order to give teammates time enough to kill the shark while you are... There we go. Beautiful. While you're still in the mouth of the shark. That way you can get back up and continue to fight. Which is a neat system. I do like that, to be honest. So, anyway, back to the menu. So, yeah, tracers on and off. We saw what that did. A flashlight. I mean, you know what that is. You can toggle that as well with a button press. It's just a flashlight. Not super useful because the game actually doesn't get all that dark, but it's nice to have. Grenade. So, what you saw me throw before here is the bounce grenade. As you can see, it does a few bounces. Fun fact, when the grenade explodes, there's the initial explosion, but there's also shrapnel firing out, which is basically just a bullet, but it's a neat little system. There's also impact, so if we throw it again, you see it explodes immediately when it hits something, and then sticky, which, as the name implies, it sticks. And then if you throw another, the first one explodes immediately after. I believe the sticky explodes after a little while as well. Yeah, there you go. See another shark, let's just fuck that up. There you go. Very nice. Well, and one of the shrapnel pieces hit very close to us. You could get hit by that, but chances are honestly quite rare. And yeah, the last one is you can open and close the helmet. Well, you can open it, you can't close it with that system. You have to hit a button for that. There's also keys for going into a third person. I don't remember which one, so bear with me. It's not that. It's not that. Oh yeah, so there's this key where it just plays a small animation of like walking. I don't know why that's there. It's the menu for some reason. What key is it? Let's see if I remember here. It's not you. It's not you. Oh, that's a reload. Sorry. Ah, right. So this thing. So that is a custom key I set up for enabling the scope. You can't really see it because there's no light here now. If I go somewhere with light, you can see it a little better. So the rendering of this is pretty poor, to be honest. There. So there's a scope, but it was never implemented, so you can't really... Oh, my aim is not working. I hit something. Which key did I hit to do that? Bear with me. Ah, there we go. So if we put the scope back on. So the animation is just the like toggle. But as you can see here, the scope is completely broken. It was never implemented properly. Like you can, it completely messes everything up. It looks cool, but it was never fully implemented. It's also shaded all weird and yeah. That's not the key I was looking for though. I don't remember which key it was, and I don't have the key set up here with me. It's probably one of the F keys, which I can't access all that easily on this keyboard. Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, there's a key combo to go into third person. It's not super useful, but it is kind of neat. You can also have it so that the camera stays here, but the character keeps walking, so you can look at yourself. It's kind of fun. It's for debug purposes, but yeah. This is essentially the demo. Let's see, can I activate the Gauntlet mode? There we go. So it says multiple fire alarms have been called. That basically just indicates that multiple sharks have been dispatched. Oh, come on, invert. So this room here I always did kind of like. It's a bit sad with the static screen, but I always thought this was a cool space when I saw the old videos of this being released. Here there's some models that are not textured, just great with ambient occlusion. This thing is not textured. This machine is not textured. This thing is not textured. There's a lot of things that are not textured. Also, fun fact: water is not really behaving like water. It's just it's just like a plane with a texture on it. Oh. Yeah, it hit me. Okay. Yeah. Another fun fact, actually. So, speaking of things that are not textured or not done. Oh. These doors, there's actually like something behind here. You can actually walk. So yeah, there's a door there and one here, and there's actually an area behind there where you can actually walk. I mean, in theory you can walk. There's some collision. Yeah, come on. Oh, so this door doesn't have any collision at all. You can stand right here if you want to. Come on, I hear you. Yeah, so those two doors, it will lead out here to this door. I'm not sure why that was removed, or why there's an area there. Maybe it's for it was meant for the sharks to walk through. I don't know. It's like a crawl space. I have no idea. But oh, I see you. There we go. Continue going this way to show off this area a little bit. So this is the shark tank room. You can see some sharks flying or like swimming around. Oh, let me just jump up here for the time being. Come on. It could be below, I guess. So I'm just walking on the railing to try and avoid getting attacked, honestly. Come on. There you go. There we go. And yeah, it's a pretty big area, but there's actually nothing up here. It's just looking down the tank and then entering. Oh, that's 2 of them. I will need to do like that. There we go. Of course. Nice. Grenades are super powerful against the sharks. Difficult part being actually hitting. But this is not the area I wanted to show. It's a nice area, but we needed to go deep. Oh. Enabling Gauntlet mode was maybe not the smartest choice when trying to show things off, but it does spawn more sharks, which is fun. We need to go down here. Again, you can see into the tank. That's where we were before. Here. I thought I heard one. Okay. Yeah, I did. Okay. It's gonna come from behind. So you can hear some classical music playing here, which is kind of neat. Not sure how noticeable it is on the video, but ooh, hit myself a little bit with that one. I like the damaging effect and the like ringing in the ears. It's nice. And this is a neat little chill area. Some copyright issue there, but with the music and everything, it's quite chill. It's nice, and like watching out over the sharks, it would be a nice area to be in. These walls are not textured either, by the way. But these frames or whatever. It sounds like it's above. Just in case. So yeah, there's a bit of an area here. You can faintly see that there's absolutely nothing behind there. It's just a wall with like a texture. Not one I can show off, but yeah. I do like the fact that the door here, the glass, it does kind of adjust the what's it called? Displacement, I guess, of the view. Another thing I noticed is that it's probably not picked up very well on the video, but if you look at the door all the way at the end here, also just below the exit sign, you can see that the walls, they're slightly displaced as well. If I take off the helmet, the line's all straight again. That's because of an issue with the glass. The way that it's being rendered on top of the screen, it doesn't quite know how to render everything, because it's a mesh on top of everything you see. That's the texture when there's nothing, by the way, from before. So it's a neat effect with having the glass. It does allow you to do certain things, such as like lens flares and whatever. And again, you can render the hot elements directly on the glass. You can do stuff like this, whereas if you open the helmet, you don't really have that it's a neat effect, but I just wish that the rendering would be nicer for views like this, where like it does mess up some lines. But yeah, we saw this in the demo. Physics objects, kind of neat. Catches on fire if it gets close to the fire. As you can see, it'll slowly start changing the texture. It's a neat effect. It's not used very much in the demo, but it's a neat effect. I see you. There we go. It's the control room we were in before. A bit of water here. I mean, overall, it's a very good demo. There's a lot of like cool systems built for it. It's not perfect. There's a bunch of bugs, but again, it's a demo. It's to be expected. But it does show off the general idea. And with all the systems already built, all the models they have already, they're not optimized. I might add. Hence why. It's another reason why it was never released, I suppose. On top of the licensing fee, it was also running very, very poorly back then on a lot of systems, and that's purely because the models are not like optimized. So if a model is close to you, or if it's like far away, it's the same level of detail being rendered, which is not great. But for a demo, it's fine. Nowadays with Unreal Engine 5 and Nanite, which you could just enable on all of these models, the engine itself will figure out like how to optimize things. You don't have to worry as much about it, which is kind of cool, and it would greatly benefit a project like this if we were to port it. But back then, I mean, it was just a publisher demo. They were fully in control of who was playing it and on what systems, so it's fine. One thing that's not included in this demo, I might add, is the real-time voice porting. At least I've found no reference to it. I've found no way to enable it. I don't think it's included. From what I remember Kim telling me last time I spoke with him in Denmark, many years ago now, it was a very heavy system requiring dedicated sound cards. Whether or not that would still be the case today, I don't know. If I remember correctly, the patent did expire, so whether or not they want to do something with it, I don't know. Oh yeah, actually that's another cool system. Your weapon will like kinda move out of the way if something is in the way, which is neat, and a lot of games don't do that. Instead they just clip into it. But here it does actually lower. You can shoot this to blow it up. It doesn't do anything, it just looks nice. Again, there's no visuals that it's been blown up, so you can keep firing at it and nothing happens. Shoot that out. That doesn't do anything. Let me hit that. Can't quite hit from there. Was there anything else I wanted to show off in this? I don't think so. I think, again, the character standing askew. I don't know why he does that. I think maybe it's the mesh that we're standing on doing something. Even though right now it should be straight as well. If we walk a little bit, it fixes itself, so I don't know. Maybe it's the way that the character is moving around when doing stuff like that. I don't know. Either way, this is the 2008 publisher demo. There's not much more to it than that. It's very basic. I could try and spin up a second instance and have two of them running to simulate multiplayer, but what's the point? I mean, it's multiplayer, you know what that means. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The version I have here, it does come included with an editor, so you can make custom maps for it. I'm not going to be showing those off, or I'm not going to be showing the editor off because that's a bit more intimate than what I'd like. What I could probably do there are some test maps. There's one in particular I would like to show off actually. I'll need to tab out for a second just to get the name of the map because I don't remember. Let's see if I can remember the name of it or find it real quick. Give me a second. It's called... Okay. I have it. So, oh, we can go in here into the console. Say open. Tech house. Here. So this is a map that has not been shown off before. It's a tech demo. Well, tech demo map. It's very small. It's just this one room, but it shows off some systems. So we have a shark here, which is not doing anything. It's just there. We have the rain that we can test. Some doors. Again, the physics object. Some fire. It's there just so you can push the chair in so it catches some fire. The fire doesn't actually damage us, which is a shame. It would have been fun, but some lights. You can hit. Fire extinguisher. Oh, this one doesn't blow up. That's sad. Another shark. I just noticed the character. So the character model is on fire right now, I guess. And that goes away if we... Oh, it stays kind of burned. That's okay. That's neat. I hadn't actually noticed that before. I like that. But we have an very early look at the Titan Walker. It doesn't do anything. It's just a static model. But this is a very early version, the one I believe we've not seen before. But it's here. Very rusty. And yeah, it's very RoboCop. They went a bit further away from that. The legs are kind of similar to what we've seen before, but the upper body is definitely different. I'm not sure if I can jump on top of it. If it'll let me. No. No, it doesn't have collision, that's why. Okay. But yeah, this is a very small map, to be fair. I'm sure it's just made for demos. But it's neat, I would say. It's very neat. There's nothing else in here. Oh, they forgot to add the other side of this, but whatever. And sadly, you can't shoot through any of the glass, as you can see. But yeah, that's it. Again, I'm not gonna show any of the editor itself. Just because that's not a whole lot of fun. Well, it is fun, but it's not something I feel that I should be the one showing off. I'm doing stuff with that on my own. Oh, why am I still walking? There we go. You could build a custom map. It's a bit complicated because it's using an old version of Unreal. It's not super nice to work in, but you could build a custom map for this version of the game. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not fun, like I said. But yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be all that I will be showing off, I guess. It's fun. It's new. It's again running 1080p 60 FPS. That's not been seen before. Only downside is that there's no NT aliasing, which, excuse me, which might show up in the video. I don't know if it's going to be noticeable, but I wish that was not the case. I wish that there were NT aliasing, but alas, Interstellar Marines, it's a neat game. I love the concept. I wish things had panned out differently, but as fans, there's not really much we can do on this. We gotta fat truck of money. But yeah, it was fun. Thank you for watching, I guess, and I'll see you around.